And I look at the Portland Police Bureau the way it is now. You know, if it's all right to brutalize your son 10, 15 years ago, and you now all of a sudden people's cameras and cell phones are being stolen from the police, and it's not necessarily taken for evidence because the DA drops charges. And the police still don't want to give it back until you bug them to the point that they have to give it back. Okay, well what's next? What are we going to excuse the police force next? Let's try sexual harassment. That's a good one. What about Kruger? He got, what, 3 complaints on sexual harassment? I think 2 of them he groped female officers. So, okay, we got that. Now, what's next? What are we going to do next? Okay, an officer goes around and sexually rapes a woman. Should time excuse that? If he molests a child, should time excuse that?
No, it should be no excuse for those. But those are criminal behaviors that should be handled.
So is choking your son. That's a criminal behavior.
I think that one thing that if you went up to Chief Marshman and said, was that a good act? I don't think that he would say yes. In fact, I know he would say no, that was a mistake.
Okay.
Well, let me go on some of the other things, is that we look at very objectively right or wrong. We show in our report things that, while things are trending positively, we can point to specific things and say, this is good, this is wrong. In terms of Chief Marshman, that past incident, I don't think anyone would argue that's right. But through our experiences with Chief Marshman, we've seen a lot of things that show dedication to community engagement. We've seen a lot of things that show dedication to not only complying with the letter of the agreement, but the intent as well. So
it doesn't matter. If it's like this, if we went to the state prison system, and we go, you're convicted 10 years ago. If you agree that you're wrong, we'll release you. What do you think our community? What do you think our state would do? What do you think our country would do?
we also look at the criminal justice system and the incarceration system, at least from my perspective, as one of rehabilitation, in that something was wrong, and that by admitting that it was wrong is possibly the first step, but that when you do something wrong, that doesn't damn you for life.
Okay. If an individual person does something, he's damned for life. If a police officer does something, he should be damned for life. There shouldn't be.
Not damned for life.
There shouldn't be a thing of, well, you're a cop, so we're going to excuse that.
I don't think we're here trying to excuse any behavior. In the situation that we're in, we're assessing compliance to the settlement agreement. Chief Marshman is currently chief, and we're seeing some good things that are happening. In terms of our role, we can't judge the past. First of all, we haven't investigated what happened, and it's not really our role. What we can say is what Chief Marshman has done, or the changes that PPB has made with him as chief, we can assess that. And that's really all that we can do here.
We could take someone from the state prison system that committed a felony 10 years ago, bring them out, make them chief, and they could do the same thing, probably even better. Does that mean that they should be excused?
I hear that, I mean, the public is very concerned about this. I don't think we're in a position where we can excuse or not excuse. All we can do is assess the job that he's doing now, and that is our role.
A police officer should be held to the same standard as everyone else.
I mean, that principle I agree with. Yes,
okay, then why is it the chief should be excused from what he did 10 years ago?
I don't think we're excusing him.
Nobody knows all this.
Yeah, we're not excusing him. We're not in a position of trying him, convicting him. What we can do now is assess the job that he's doing now, and that's really all we can do.
That's our job. I mean, you guys, in the court of public opinion, we can say whatever, you guys can decide that. But our job is to decide what kind of job he's doing right now.
Right, but when you sit there and say, well, that was 10 years ago, or
I'm not
however
judging
long,
him. We started 2 years ago.
or however long that was, but now he's doing good.
We're only judging him on what he's doing since he